And good evening. It's the Wisdom Chats for the Curious show. Hello, hello. And our Marian LaSalle. How are you, Marian?
I'm doing really well tonight. Thank you.
Yay. And our guest tonight is Christi Ruiz. She has
Hey!
Hi, Christy.
Hi, Miss Lou.
She's been on some of our other shows and she's such a delight. And we just had to have her on this show too because the Wellness Expo is next weekend. So
Yes.
we thought we would round it up with a bang and have Christy to get it a good send off. And Peggy Sue will be here shortly. There was a little snafu.
Yep.
She'll be right on in. And then we'll start our show for sure. But Christy, tell us a little bit about yourself and then what you're going to talk about tonight.
Well, I've been working on something more lately because I did a survival class 30 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And 30 years ago, when I was talking about survival and all these things, I thought, oh, I'll never live through that. I will be dead and gone by the time that happens. And we need those things. And here we are in the middle of all of that and still need it and more. So it's that being prepared for the unknown, being prepared for the disasters, being prepared for the adversity in our lives. So that's what we're going to talk about. How do we approach it? What's the best way so that we don't do it through fear, we do it through love?
Oh, I
I
like
like
that.
that.
How about that?
I'll vote for that one.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
definitely a different perspective.
yeah. Well, Marian, why don't you take a quick minute and tell us about the expo coming up next weekend?
You
Yes.
know what? Do you mind? Because Peggy Sue says she doesn't have the link. So if you don't mind telling them about the expo, I'll get her the link and we'll
Send
be
her the
right
link.
there.
Okay,
Okay.
very good. There's always a snafu when things like this go wrong, but we're
That's
getting
because we're live.
we're going to be fixed. It's all going to be
That's because
fine.
we're live.
We don't care.
The Wellness Expo is Felicia Weiss and her husband, Tony. I can't remember his last name. Anyway, sorry, Tony. It's
Uh,
going to be here in the Houston area in the Conroe uh, Lone Star Expo Center.
Expo Center. Right.
And it's just in Conroe on the east side of Conroe, right off of I-45, about maybe 3 miles. I won't swear to that. I've been there a few times. And it's a wonderful convention center. And they're going to have exhibitors. They're going to have all kinds of wonderful goods for sale, like essential oils. They've got tower gardens. They've got books. They've got, you know how it is with an expo. They've got all kinds of fun things to see
All
and
kinds
buy,
of
and
goodies.
jewelry. Anyway, it's going to be this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and we're so excited about the whole thing because we've been planning on this thing since I think it was early March or late March when we first started doing our shows that were
Right.
centered around their exhibitors and their speakers, and we've been so pleased to bring you these people. They're wonderful, and you're going to get to meet some of them if you've been following our shows. So they're all going to be
There
there
it is.
Saturday and Sunday. And Christy had planned to be there too.
Yes.
So tell us, Christy, what happened?
Well, one of my cousins died, so I won't be able to make it. There's Peggy Sue.
Hello, everybody. I
Hi.
apologize. My bad. Hello, Christy.
Hi, Peggy.
It's Tuesday.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
What did
don't
I?
worry. That happens to me too.
Yeah,
But this is my actually very last show with you ladies,
Yes, it is.
right?
yeah.
So
Ah,
so what a great guest to have on. So what did I interrupt by entering?
Well,
yeah, no,
we want to tell everybody you can still get a free ticket by going to wellnessexpo.net. As long as you get your ticket before you show up, you can get a free ticket. So I highly recommend that you go to wellnessexpo.net, look at all the speakers, look at all the events that are happening, and get your ticket and join us at the expo because it's going to be a blast. And they have taken all the precautions that you would see even better than the going to the grocery store. Okay, everybody will have a mask on. Everybody's going to be staying 6 feet away, and
They're also bringing in special air purifiers
Good.
to all the rooms. So, yep.
and it's a wellness expo. I mean, that's the perfect place to be right now.
Exactly.
And guess who's going to be the MC? Peggy Sue Skipper.
Yes, Peggy, that'd be great.
I tell you, I've had more fun talking to all the speakers that are going to be personally talking to them, as well as talking to them on the show, which has been great.
Mm-hmm.
But I've touched base with all of them this week and everybody's so excited about the event, and I am too.
I am so excited. Yes, I want to hear all about it.
So you're not going to be able to be there, Christi?
No, I have a cousin that passed away, unfortunately. So I have family coming in tomorrow, and we'll be here the weekend. So the funeral will be Saturday or something. On Saturday it is, Saturday night. Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, I'm sorry to miss the expo. I have some tickets. So anybody interested that lives close by me in Southwest Houston, I still got some. I've been giving them away. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah. So I'm excited for you guys, and I know it's going to be successful. I'm very happy, and I know it won't be the last time you do it.
Well, fingers crossed. They're gonna do this annually.
Yeah,
so
I don't see it being the last one. So I'm all excited. I'm going to have to prepare for next time.
There you go.
It's going to be a blast. So I know. So, Christi, why don't we go ahead and jump into your talk? Let us know how we're going to survive.
Well, we need our tips.
Yes, preparing for adversity. And adversity are the difficulties that we come across in our life. And they have it defined as misfortune. I don't like that word because misfortune, people get into the thinking about the consciousness of, I've got bad luck. And that's why things are happening to me. And that's not true unless you're depressed and you're drawing it to you subconsciously. So that would be the only way it would be a misfortune. Now, what we're talking about is prophecies. We're talking about astronomy. We're talking about earth changes. We're also talking about a lot of manipulation dealing with the government. So those are the things that we're talking about as far as misfortune. It's not anything that's negative energy. It's the things that are happening. And so I don't want people to get into that mindset that this is bad luck. No, it's not. It's not bad luck. Adversity tests your ability to know how strong you are. We're talking about inner strength. And because we don't have these adversities every day, we rarely use that power we have within us. And that power that we have within us is the spark of light that God put into us. And we never tap it. So now it's time to start working with it. And it's also a test to see how you can deal with the emotions. And like right now, so many people are so depressed. They shouldn't be depressed. They should be creative. They should be thinking positive things, not negative things. Now's the time to do that. And this is all done with love.
Absolutely. I love that. In fact, I have a group that meets on Thursdays that we're doing exactly that. We are meeting every week and we are creating verbally the world we want to live in.
That's right.
So, and some of the things we're coming up with are just so wonderful. Mm-hmm. And it is a world I want to live in. And I believe that we have the power to do that.
We sure do.
And I know a lot of people who say they believe we have the power to do that, but they ain't doing it. You know, it's like,
that's right.
If we have the power to do that, Why aren't we doing it?
That's right.
So we're doing it every Thursday morning. We are creating this, and
Right.
it is very powerful, and it is, what we can create energetically is so far beyond what our imagination is, right, Christi?
Right,
I mean,
exactly. That's why your creativity right now is the most important thing, because there's no limit to that creativity. And in the past, we had energies that we would focus, we would put intention, but it would take like a while before it was active. And we're now receiving all the gamma rays, all these rays from the sun, all the things are changing in our atmosphere. So now what you're thinking can be created right away.
right. Yes.
So we don't have to wait.
And let's be honest, we have to deal with reality in a way. There are a lot of people creating negative things right now too.
Definitely, it's your choice to create misery or happiness.
Right. And angry words, ugly actions create an ugly reality.
Exactly. And you have a choice between chaos or peace. What is it that you want to create? You want to create this depression or joy? People tell me, my clients tell me, I don't even know what joy is. I said, you don't know what joy is? That's not good. You need to use more of it.
Good. Oh,
Yeah, that's not good. I said, remember, when did you get your first puppy? Remember when you were in love, and that is the divorce. Remember what that was like. Then have to take them back to readjust their mind to that feeling of joy, and then having to recreate it more and being able to express it.
I have two things I want to say about this. Okay, the first thing is about me, because it's all about me, Anyway.
Well, it is right now.
Right now, this second. Okay. So my partner came home one day and she was like, "Oh my goodness, Marian, I'm so sorry I didn't get dinner, and and then I forgot to do this, and I didn't have time to do that." And I was like, "Wait, hold on, let's wait here." I said, "I really want our home. When you come home, I want this to be a place of love and happiness and comfort." Okay, so if you're
Sacred
feeling
space.
guilty, if you're feeling guilty and you're feeling bad about the things that you didn't do or whatever, I said that brings the whole house down. How about we just be happy for whatever, we could find something to eat here. There's pasta if we need it or whatever, right? Let's just be happy and filled with love. And the second thing I want to say is one of the things that I love about Christi is she really cares about her clients. So I happen to be one of them, and for years and years and years, I came to her with business advice, and she helped me with some negative energy that I had stored inside me. And that sounds really weird and ucky, and it really was, because I was having what I thought was bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept saying, what am I going to do? I mean, how can I get? And she goes, "Marian, it's all about you, okay? It's you, not the person that's trying to do something to you or, your bad luck or whatever. It's your energy. You've got to find a way to bring that energy up to a place
Higher level.
Higher level, where it's going to bring in higher level stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
The more the joy and the love." So I encouraged her to come up with some questions, right? Right,
Yes.
Christi?
Yes.
I encouraged her to come up with some questions that each person would know in advance before she comes to see her, because sometimes you just come to see her and you're like, "I don't know what I know. I don't know what I should do. I don't know." And she'd say, "Well, we got to start somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
So you fill out these questions ahead of time before you go see her. And that way she has a place to start, and where your energy's being, where it's low.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you tell them a little bit about that energy that you help to clear up? I'm not saying it right, but I'm sure you can take it from here.
I know what you mean. Well, it's a lot of times people are not aware that
Exactly. I wasn't aware. I didn't know.
They're not aware that they're creating it. And you create the low energy frequency that steals your energy and it drains your energy and it brings you nothing but negative situations into your life. And that you created by despair, depression, mental noise, that you're just thinking of all these things, but there's not any specific focus. And then also by listening to others' negative words, that does so much damage that we have to learn how to be able to change that. And number one, not to listen. Number two, replace it with positive things. And that's the way that you get out of that lower energy. And if you're in despair or you're depressed, and some people would wake, I had a husband that used to wake up in the morning and he was already upset. And I said, how can you be upset when nothing has happened to you yet? He goes, well, how can you wake up and you're automatically happy? I said, well, because nothing has happened to me yet, so I cannot be unhappy.
It's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice.
We got some people in the audience that are saying hi. There's Ricky McKenna. She says, hi, y'all. We are great creators, and the universe needs us for happy times. Thank
That's
you.
for sure.
If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the universe, right?
Right, exactly. And the higher energy frequencies give you superpower energy. And these all emanate from positive energy like music, dancing, laughter, positive thoughts, supportive friends, and your goals.
Yes.
That's the way you can get into that positive energy. You need to change all that. It took me like about 15 years to change my mom from being a negative thinker to being a positive thinker. Took a long time, but it worked. Just took forever.
I have to share with y'all. I don't know if I've shared this on the show before, but I was talking to a friend not too long ago, and her mother is like beginning in some dementia or in dementia. And she said, it's great. She's the happiest she's ever been.
Of course.
We get along better than we ever have. Oh dear.
Same thing with people that have Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Because they're in another world and they're fine in their other world. It's
Right.
only when they come back that I'm frustrated. I don't want to be there. I don't want this or I don't want that. But when they're in the other world, they're fine. There's no problem. And I'm sure, well, maybe Peggy Sue, but if your spirit has ever left your body, like I do, out of body experiences, you feel so much love on the other side. The love of God is so present. It's all over you. And you think about it when you're coming back, you're going, I don't really want to go back.
But have you ever had the awareness, Christi? Because I've talked about this. When you get to that space and it's like, there's no way to be there and here too.
No, you
It's
can't.
like, you can't.
No,
Because you become,
make a choice.
yeah. Because once we get in the bodies, we're in duality.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that they're
I get it. It's like, maybe I'll just hang out here for.
Yeah, exactly. And then, your body will pull you back when you need to come back because the organs have to keep going. But yeah, I mean, the feeling is so beautiful. You don't want to come back. You really don't. And you think about it very much when you're out there thinking about, I don't really want to go back. And the funny thing that people, when they're in comas in a hospital, they're out of their body. Because of the fact the spirit does not want you to go through the pain and the misery, so it goes out of the body. And that's the reason they say to family members, continue talking to them because they can hear you. Exactly, because they're right there. They're outside of your body, but they're right there. And so that is a very true statement. Yeah, keep talking to them. Even when a person dies and they've just died, they just passed away, they will still hear you. So yeah, definitely keep talking to them. And there's a very basic inventory technique that you should take. And starting to think about, like you said, Marian, outside of the box. Thinking outside of the box would be to look around in the room that you're in and say, if a disaster hit, what is what I really need to survive from this room?
My computer.
There you go.
My cat.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my dog. Yeah.
You start thinking about it. You start thinking because you have so much stuff in the room, and you go, "Wait a minute. If I really had to survive, what would be the most important thing?"
Oh, wait a minute. Ricky would want me to take my Zeal. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, that may be. That would definitely be a prep for the survival.
Well, I'll tell you what, that happened to me. I'm going to say it was, when was Rita, Hurricane Rita? My mother was, I think it was Rita. My mother was still alive. And you remember the traffic jams were horrendous getting out of Houston.
Get out of
Yeah.
town.
It took me 5 hours to get from my house in Houston to this house where my mother lived then. It took me 5 hours. It's normally an hour and a quarter.
Wow.
And I had 3 squalling cats in the car with me.
Oh no.
Very little personal. I did have my computer with me. I didn't bring the monitor, just the computer. And I had some clothing and some personal things, but my car was not even totally packed. That and everything else was left in my house to let nature have its way. I didn't have a clue that I would even come back to the house. That's what they were scaring us with. Get out, get out, get out. And I walked away from everything in that house, but what little things I packed in my car and took off.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, that's what I need. This is all I need. Why am I burdening myself with so much stuff?
Ricky says she'll take her lipstick.
That's right. That's right, Lady Lou. We have to think of down to the basics. What is really important?
Yes.
Who are the people that are really important
Yes.
to us? You know, and I'm sure that having seen, you've all seen Unknown Mother's Love. If a mother sees her child at risk or in danger, there's nothing that will stop her from saving that child. If she has to turn over a car, she has this umpteen power that comes through her, and that she doesn't know where it comes from, but she just knows it's there, and she's going to save that child.
True.
And so that's a perfect example of what we're talking about.
Ricky says one more thing. She needs her photograph albums and her man. Thanks, Ricky.
And as you become a pillar of strength, you open hearts with smiles. You inspire others and you assist others out of darkness. So whether their darkness is their fear, their addiction, whatever it is, that's what you help them with. And then listen to others and what they're telling you. A lot of times my clients come in here and they really don't want to know anything. They just will need somebody to listen to them.
Ah, yes.
So that is very powerful. And not only are you using your power, but you're helping them to become more empowered by you just listening.
True.
So it's very,
and it can be very powerful, and I think it is very powerful.
Yeah.
To have what I call a neutral sounding board when you need to voice those things, because if you tell it to your best friend or your mother or whatever, you know, that sometimes comes back to haunt you. Sometimes we need a neutral sounding board to say things out loud to that we don't even know sometimes till we say them out loud if they're even real for us.
right.
If that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
So I think that's a really important process. And that's really what therapy is, what
Exactly.
all of that stuff is. It's a neutral and
You're not going to be judged. You're not going to be criticized.
right.
And you have the opportunity to really say how you feel.
Exactly.
And that's so important. Very
It
important.
is. It is.
Yeah. And you always need to maintain yourself as being humble. And remember that what you say to other people, you can destroy their lives or make their lives better. I learned that when I started to do radio shows, that the impact that you have on others, you are not even aware of until you do more of it. Then you find that people communicating back to you, you know, what you said really made a change in my life. And so what all of you ladies, lovely ladies, are doing, it goes on and on, just like that little drop of water. The ripple effect is there. It's awesome. The power, and you're using your power for something good. And that good comes back. The day I stop giving out blessings is the day I stop receiving blessings.
Oh, now that makes big sense.
Of course. That's
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
I
that's,
live by that.
that's wisdom. That's true wisdom.
Yeah. So it's thoughts, it's your words, it's your habits, it's your actions. And don't be waiting, like I have a lot of people say, well, I don't know what the purpose is of my life. Stop waiting. Go out and create it. I have a great example for you. When I've always loved holistic medicine. And of course, I'm a Reiki master and I have a lot of that stuff behind me. But I knew that the hospitals here in Houston were stuck on traditional medicine. So I approached the West Houston Chamber of Commerce, and I got into the chamber with a purpose, a specific purpose. I'm going to make a change in the health and wellness of the hospitals here. So what did I do? I looked for the opportunity. I got on the board of the health and wellness with West Houston Chamber. Not only did I get on the board, but I was waiting, looking, where's the opportunity? Where's the opportunity? Okay, we did fundraising. Once a year, we did a big luncheon, and all the heads of the hospitals would come. And they had speakers. And they had a doctor that had been there before, and they were missing another speaker. And I said, this is it. This is my opportunity. So I suggested, since I was on the board, I suggested Dr. Shell. And they all go, no. She's holistic. I go, wait a minute. She's a real doctor. She's a gynecologist. Yes, she is holistic, but she's still a doctor.
Christi, your microphone is scraping your shirt.
Oh, I'm sorry. And
That's okay.
they said, no, we don't want her. I said, okay, that's fine. I'll sit on it. So next month came up. We still need a second doctor. We need another speaker. I said, Dr. Shell. No, we don't want her. Okay. Third month came up. And they said, well, now we're getting desperate because it's next month and we need another speaker. And I said, Dr. Shell. And then finally, the president of West Houston, she goes, all right, Christi, I know her. I said, she even wrote a book. They go, okay, all right. She says, let me speak to her. I'll talk to her. I said, okay. And guess what? She became the second doctor, the speaker, and I accomplished my goal.
Very
and
good.
After I did that, then I walked out of West Houston Chamber because that's the only reason I went in there, was to make a change. And so she gave her presentation, and not only, because usually you get the representatives of the hospitals, Methodist, Herman. Well, here for this luncheon, it's the actual people that are directors, the whole hospital. And so that was the impact. And that was what I was there to do.
Hey, we have another audience member here that says she loves us all. Aww. That's our Susie, our juicy Susie. She said she's going to take her lipstick too.
Yeah. She's always got great lips, that girl.
Yeah. Talk about great energy, that girl. We sure miss you in Houston, but we can feel your energy, even though you're way far away.
She's a very special person.
Yes,
Very
we
special.
love you right
We love
back,
her.
Susie.
Yeah, we love her. So the way to prepare for the unknown is to make sure that you have the basics. The basics are food, water, money. We're talking emergency fund money, gold, silver, arms. Now, I'm not an arms person. I know how to shoot, and I have a great I'm able to really shoot the target. But what I did is I got me a laser and a stun gun
Oh,
instead of the gun.
oh,
So there are options. There are
oh. I
options.
hadn't thought about it like that.
Yeah. And the
I have
food
my
and
dog. My dog will chew your ankle off.
that's good too. Yeah, some of them will do that. Yes, some of them will have dogs. Yeah. And so those are the basics that we need. And let me tell you, I've been without the basics in the past, back in the day. So I know what it's like. I've already lived through it. That's why I didn't think I was going to be here to live through it again. It's like, I thought I passed this test. What happened? Why am I having to do it again?
You're getting your PhD.
Right. That's right, Peggy. But getting in touch with your spirit, the more you get into meditation, the more you get into prayer, the more you're going to be able to touch that inner energy that we all have. We're all empowered with it. We just rarely use it, but it's there.
I love the fact that we keep talking about, no matter what guest is on, I've noticed a.
And I think
Did you hear me, Peggy Sue?
that's all right. Go ahead.
Okay. Every person that we have on, it seems like it's a theme that we all talk about prayer, and that can mean so many different things for so many different people. So prayer for me comes in many different flavors, okay?
Yeah.
Meditation, going to church, listening, doing meditations, writing in my journal, sending positive vibes to people. Like when I see something on Facebook that says, my mom is, she needs prayer, I immediately stop for a minute and send the positive, beautiful vibes that way. To me, that's all prayer. Talking, it doesn't have to be, I'm God, I'm here.
No.
Have you noticed that every single person that we've had on this show from the Wellness Expo has talked about some form of prayer?
Yes.
Well, every word and action is in a way a prayer.
Yeah.
It's the energy that we're sending out, which is what is creating our reality. So, and I heard it said once that when we pray, we talk to God, the universe, whatever your term
terminology.
Yeah. But when we meditate, we allow the messages to come in.
And we open the portal. It's a spiritual portal that we're opening.
Right. So I thought that really struck me. It's when we get quiet enough to hear that inner voice, our own inner voice, or the messages coming in. That's really what meditation is to me.
Yeah, I agree.
And when we're talking out, it's a different energy. It's still important. It is, they say that ego is energy going out. So what are we putting out? And what is that going to bring back to us? And I think right now, and Christi, I'm going to ask you about this because I bet you have some thoughts on this. Right now, I think one of the tests that many of us are being given is to really tune in to our intuition, to begin to feel about what's going on around us rather than trying to figure it out logically. It's like, how does this make me feel? What is it? How does it fit in my body? And we have blocked a lot of that as human beings, and we've had to, because most of us weren't raised in a society or family or whatever that really understood intuition.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't really taught how to listen to it, how to honor it, all of that. So it's a process to learn that. And I think that right now is a tremendous opportunity for us all to take a step back and say, I need to listen to my intuition. I need to listen. In fact, I'm now calling it uncommon sense.
That's a good one.
We need to get to some uncommon sense.
Uh-huh.
Because truly, when our minds are programmed in certain ways, then we block our intuition to hear what we may be feeling, to sense what we may be feeling about a situation.
Mm-hmm.
We let our mind block it. And so I think this is an incredible time for people to begin to really say, how does this make me feel? Thoughts on that, Christi?
Yes,
Yeah.
and going beyond just the feeling, going deeper into it, where they're really transcending what we usually deal with, which is just the third dimension. We're talking about, again, the portals and talking about dimensions and going into the fourth, fifth dimension. So we have all that power, but we have not accessed it. And so
Right.
by doing that and broadening our energy field is so important. And of course, the way that you open your auric field is through positive thinking and focusing and intention. And by doing that, you're opening up that portal and you're opening it up to all these positive energies.
Ricky says, I think my dad had it and didn't know how to handle it in the 30s. Through his passing, the late 90s. I'm probably in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many people. Yeah.
Wait a minute, 1 second. The portals, okay, to me, what I think I hear Peggy Sue and Christi saying, the portals is a way to open up between you and
the energy. Yes.
Well, it's always there. It's just whether or not we're sort of tuning into it.
Yeah, we close the door, we put barriers, we put obstacles in front of it, and we need to open that so that communication contact is clear and strong.
Right. And so many times, how many times, I'm going to ask Marian this because I know she's done this. How many times have you said, I knew I shouldn't have done that. I knew it when I did it. I knew I.
The hunches. Yep.
So that's what I'm talking about. It's like you get this sense about it, but you talk yourself out of it. You let your mind take over and talk yourself. I mean, we all do it. I'm not picking on you. We all do it.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about is I think we're in times right now where we are being tested about trusting what we're sensing about things.
Well, we've also been taking away all the things that we used to be able to depend on. Like we used to depend on the government that would tell us the truth. We would depend on the news. And now we have fake news. I mean, and we used to depend on just our boss. He was going to keep us in our jobs for 40 years and we would retire. Well, that's gone out the window.
Right.
So this is what you're talking about. It's just all the things that are around us. And then the quarantine. The quarantine to me is a blessing because it's giving you time to stop the distractions and focus on what is really important to you.
Right. And the benefit that there's been to the planet of us getting quiet is amazing.
So obvious.
It's amazing. And are we paying attention to that? And yet, we're also, because of all the polarization, all the arguments, all that energy is adversely affecting us all.
Oh, definitely.
And the planet.
Sure.
You know, just that. Mm-hmm. So, if we can just get quiet and start building those bridges instead of building the walls.
Yep, instead of building the walls. And remember the drumming, dancing, when we're talking about dancing, we can do any type of movement we can consider as dance.
Thank you, Ricky.
What does Ricky say?
This is she was trying to teach us. See, we're in Ricky's mastermind. She has a health mastermind,
Right.
and so we're in her mastermind. And she was trying to tell us a little bit about how we have this intuition and everything. I said, I don't know how. I don't have any intuition. And she goes,
Yes, you
"Oh,
do.
Marian."
Everybody does.
So
It's
she
part
said,
of
"Yeah, see,
it's part of your survival chip
see."
that you have inside your body.
But that's
Everybody
the
is
blocks you were
intuitive.
talking about. I put blocks up.
Yeah, put your
I have
blocks up.
one final question, and then we have to go.
Oh,
I know, but
so
Peggy Sue does
soon.
this really,
So
really cool
soon.
thing.
Oh, I
I
talked to
want to
Peggy
know
so much.
about, because we're talking about portals and whatnot, I want to know about guided meditations instead of just getting quiet and listening.
Guided meditations have a purpose. But if you want to connect, you don't need that. You can just do it yourself. Don't make it complicated. It's simple. And now with YouTube, it's fabulous. They have the music and the visual, and all you have to do is be quiet and watch, or be quiet and listen.
Yes, I
Okay.
love
Lady Lou, you want to take us out?
it. Sure. Thank you, Christy. This has
Anyway,
been very enlightening and very uplifting. I mean, it just lifted me right up all this whole time. And thank you for that. And thank you, Peggy Sue. We're going to
yeah.
miss you. We'll have you back again on our other shows. So, our show, this is our last wisdom chat for the curious. We'll be coming back.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll come back the same time, same channels, Facebook and YouTube, and we'll be under the new name Ask the Experts. So be sure and watch for us. We've
oh,
got a wonderful guest. Her name is Michiko Hayashi. She's the former assistant to Dr. Emoto, and she still works for the Emoto Peace Foundation. And she's going to tell us some beautiful research they've been doing about COVID-19 and water. So you got to stay tuned next Tuesday. It's
and
going to
get
be
your questions ready
get
for
your
her.
questions. Yes,
Please.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really exciting.
yes, we're excited too. And thank you, Marian, for all your good work with our technology. We love all of our audience. We thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week because Peggy Sue's going to do the meditation, and then she'll close us out. So we're going to say goodbye for now.
Yes.
Ah,
And I just want to say, Christy, I'm so delighted you were on tonight. It's my final
oh,
show. I appreciate
thank you, Peggy.
Good to be in your energy.
Thank you.
Okay, so for this 5-minute connection, this is not really a meditation. This is what I call a connection. And it's only 5 minutes long. So I would just ask you to close your eyes. Are we going to put
We are.
a picture up? Okay.
Bye,
Just
everybody.
Bye.
Just close your eyes and relax. That's all you have to do. And for this particular exercise, I'm going to ask that you breathe in deeply through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And really focus on your breath. Deep, deep inhale, belly breath, inhale with an equal exhale. Because as we get further and further into this connection, we want our giving and receiving to be of equal lengths. So deep breath in through the nose and equal exhale out through the mouth. And this time when you inhale, see, feel, and sense that beautiful white healing love light entering your body, saturating your body, cocooning your body. And as you exhale, feel your body become just a bit more relaxed. And breathe it in again. And out, and just a bit more relaxed. And as we breathe out this energy, and as it goes through our body, we're supercharging it to send it out to everyone else. And they're supercharging it and sending it back to you. So breathe it in. Nice, deep inhale. And out. And as we send it out this time, let's cocoon the whole planet in this beautiful white light. Thanking the planet for all she brings to us. And as we breathe in, the planet will send this energy back to us supercharged as well. Breathe it in. And as you breathe out, feel your body become even more relaxed, almost liquid. And just keep breathing. Focus on your breath. And with each inhale, your body becomes more relaxed until you become literally one with this love energy. And send it out. Out to every person, plant, animal, right into the ocean, cocooning the whole planet. Feel that connection as we begin to breathe and exist in a connected form. Breathe it in and send it out. There's an endless supply of this energy. So as you breathe it in this one last time, take it with you into your night, into your day tomorrow, into your week. Spread it around. Plenty more where that came from. Within that energy is joy, gratitude, love. And send it out one more time. Thank you for sharing your love and for being with us this evening. Good night.